So here we are. We've been doing paint stripper and then sanding with 40 grit on my 5-inch orbital down to bare metal. Now it's still ripply, it's still dented, but the rust repair is done. And okay, some of you are probably asking, why are we going down to bare metal on the truck box when we haven't on the rest of the vehicle? The reason why is this truck box doesn't belong to this vehicle, we'll say. When you look at it, it looked pretty good with the paint on it until you started sanding it. And when you were sanding it, we were finding all these little stone chips, like rock chips, road debris. They're all over it. So I'll try to focus you guys in. And you see this, multitude of them. And they get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse all over the truck box. I can show you over here. Here's a whole pile more. All of these little divots. Boom, 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 boom. All of them. I know you can see some of them in the camera. And then we get down here on this lower section. That was a rust boil. Just barely though. But you see how it's stained out? That stainage is still some of the rust. Down here is all peppered with rust. It was all surface rust. Now surface rust isn't a bad thing. It wasn't deep. I went over it with the aviation stripper. Then cleaned that off and hit it with the sandpaper. That brought it down to a manageable level where if we go over on the passenger side, I can show you what we've done there is we put on some, it's the PR15 metal ready, and you can see it's got kind of a chalkiness to it now and a little bit darker finish. You can see where some of the white marks were. But that has all been rust treated as well. So all of the stone chips that are on this side of the truck, all the stone chips on the other side of the truck, everything's being rust treated and converted. Rust converter, I guess is a better term to say. And with the rust converter, we are then, well, I should back up. The reason why to do that is if you take, I can show you here. So here's what the stone chips looked like. They were much smaller actually, like kind of like this little guy in here. But then when you just sand that section, it gets bigger. And then you sand that out down to bare metal, and it becomes a bigger section again, and you can see the rust. So if I was to go ahead and gouge out every single one of those stone chips, the truck box sides would look like somebody went at it with a Tommy gun. And then I've got to go ahead and body filler each and every single one of those little stone chips. And then block sand it all down smooth again to get back to the level of the paint that we're at. It's a nightmare. I know this because I've done it before. So we're not doing that. We've gone ahead and we've just completely stripped the whole thing. Just the sides and the top. Not in here. This is getting a simple wire wheel kind of job. And that's that. But we are going to use my, it's an Endura primer sealer. It's their EX2C epoxy primer sealer on the box sides. And once that's done on the box sides, that will be sealed and done, and we won't have to worry about anything coming back anytime soon. So much better repair than we were going to do before. After the primer sealer is on, then we're going to bodywork the sides. I have pulled the dents out. So now these dents here are just down to a very, very shallow level. I may bring them out a little bit more, but I'm really happy with where they're at. It's not going to look perfect. It won't look perfect, but it will look pretty good. Is it going to wave at you? Yeah, probably going to have a little bit of a wave to it. But overall, considering what it was to what it is now, we are ahead and winning. Danny is here today, and he has pulled the door handles off. I got to do a little bit of tweaking on the metal here. It's sort of bent in. Somebody hit the door handle with something. Cleaned up around here. We got the seal tucked back. Everything's just about sanded. Up here, the top of the door is ready. Got to sand off this. Driver's door is sanded out. It just needs a little more texture to it for the primer. As you can see, all the paint is gone. We got a little bit of primer down here. We're just going to hit the whole thing with the 40 grit sandpaper and call her good. And we got to grind down our welds around here. Finish stripping this section, and I replaced the gas cap. See, it's white on the inside, and it says diesel fuel only. Did not come from one of these trucks. Anyway, both taillights fit really nice. I got to bring the metal out here on this side a little bit more. Work this dent. I don't know if you can see it, but this is caved in here. Anyway, both taillights are fitting nice. Got to fix up those dents back here. Grind down the welds. Treat this side with the rust converter, and then this box is ready for primer. So we're going to try and get that done. Currently, Danny is working on scuff sanding out the new wiper cowl. Well, new to him wiper cowl. And it looks like he's doing a heck of a job. Oh yeah. Looking good, Danny.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is going to be really good. And it just takes this little bit of effort. He's doing a really nice job. So that's the wiper cowl taken care of. The only two other parts on this truck that have not seen sandpaper are the front valance that goes right below the grill and above the bumper, and our tailgate, which is sitting right here in this little pile of junk. Anyway, tailgate's going to get scuff sanded. Front valance is going to get scuff sanded. We got to attend to the edges of the hood and the front edge of the hood. So after the primer sealer goes on, the epoxy primer sealer, then we've got the body work on the fenders to do, or the box sides. When that's done, it's straight to the primer surfacer, I want to call it. It's Endura's Delta primer. It's a really nice flowing stuff. Hopefully, do you see? Can you see all these little swirl marks? Okay, all those swirl marks are from the 40 grit on the orbital sander. And it's a DA sander, but still, you're going to get swirl marks. And they are everywhere. What we're really hoping is that 2 coats of primer covers that to the point where a light scuff sand all over the whole truck makes them disappear. Is it going to be that way? We hope so. The idea is to make it as smooth as we can before we lay paint. And once we put the primer sealer on the truck box, and then we put the primer on the truck cab and box, and the major body work is done, scuff sand it, and boy, we're ready for paint. Literally, we are a couple of weeks away from this truck being all one color finally for the first time in its life in probably 30 years. Alright guys, that's where we're sitting at on this build right now. Everything's going super cool, and I really hope you enjoy this series. I'm getting a lot out of it. Danny's getting a lot out of it. I hope you guys are getting a lot out of it. Alright, have yourselves a great night, and we'll see you on the next one.